Danny, well, you must be really pleased with that. What did you make of it?
Pleased first and foremost. It's after Saturday's game that we've so far got no injuries out of the game, so that's the main thing. Certainly not getting carried away with a result pre-season, just like we haven't got carried away with defeats in recent weeks. So yeah, we're obviously pleased with the performance. Nice to beat a championship team 4-0, but it's a friendly. We've got to go there in a few weeks, so I think all of our feet are firmly still on the ground.
What are the positives that you take from it tonight then?
Scored some goals, kept a clean sheet, played the way the manager wants us to play. Subs come on and made an impact, attacked things well, defended things well, didn't pull out of tackles, the sort of dirty stuff, so to speak, and then sort of it's a bit of play around the edge, like a little one touch around the corners and link up play. I think it was with Joe Quigley, Connor Cook and Kane Drummond. So the subs come on, did really well, and had a little bit of a balance with all the styles of play tonight. Like I say, we cleared it big, we defended our box well, but we also were patient in possession and ruthless when we got in front of goal.
Did everything just come together tonight, everything that you've sort of been working on throughout pre-season?
I don't think it hasn't come together before, but we've played, not saying that Derby aren't obviously, but played two really, really strong teams. Tonight was a strong team, and believe me, they'll do well this year in the Championship. They've come back from a hard training camp in Spain, so they looked a bit leggy, their players, within the game, so that could be a big reason for them. So let's not get too carried away, but for us to score 4 goals, and I say especially with someone like James Berry coming on, making an impact off the bench, it was cracking. Joe Quigley going back centre half, doing a bit for the team, because like I said in the interview on Monday, that we didn't want to get any more injuries tonight, and people were maybe going to go outside their comfort zone and do things for the team, as Joe Quigley did tonight.
And we saw a centre-back partnership of Shay Dunkley and Tom Naylor, Tom getting 2 assists. Is that something that you might look at again?
I think, listen, if needs must. I mean, Ash Palmer, Tyrone Williams and Jamie Grahams are our other centre-halves, but they weren't available. So Tom stepped up to the plate and was absolutely outstanding, not only defending his box fantastically, but producing a Beckham-esque cross for Will Grigg to get his first goal of pre-season. So great for Griggy to score, even in pre-season. Someone of Will's calibre, he still wants to get that goal, so he can go. Doesn't want to go a whole pre-season without a goal, which wouldn't have been his fault, by the way. Wouldn't be through the lack of trying. So yeah, loads of positives tonight, Liam, and yeah, the score's nice, scoreline's nice, because I think the last few games have been a bit flat when the whistle's gone, because we've lost comfortably, albeit against good teams. It was nice to not only win 4-0 tonight, but win 4-0 against a very strong Championship team.
We saw Armando Dobber in the 10, obviously a position that he's played before, but we have seen him more regularly out wide.
Yep.
Obviously with Paddy Madden out injured, is that giving you some food for thought as well?
Yeah, we've got some good players when everyone's fit. Personally, I was very pleased with their work off the ball. Ryan Coldclough in particular, first half, was tracking back time after time for the team. And so sort of the moral of the story is, for me, is like last year, if you want to be anywhere near a success story this season, people have still got to do things for the team, and that's what was good tonight. People ran when they knew they weren't going to get the ball for the team. They made recovery runs when they knew that probably Derby weren't going to score from it for the team. Everyone won above and beyond, and it's just a friendly, so let's not get carried away, but it bodes well going into our last week or so of pre-season.
And we saw Vontae Daly-Campbell again in the second half. What's going to happen with him now then?
Wait and see. Obviously, we've just come out of the dressing room, and manager has the final say on what happens with Trialist and that. We're back in training Friday. I'd imagine he'll be there for another session. We'll take it from there.
Done himself no harm in the appearances?
Not at all. Done himself no harm whatsoever. Carried himself really well. He's got good calibre. Come through the ranks at Arsenal. You don't do that if you're not very good. So, yeah, the biggest thing that we look at, especially the manager looks at, is his character. He's got a good character. Whether he comes into the building permanently or not, time will tell.
We saw another Trialist as well. Keeping that one under your hat? Or?
No, lad called Xavier Benjamin. He's coming tonight. And listen, we didn't get people in because we had a few injuries, but it made it easier to bring Trialists in, knowing that they'd probably get a bit of game time because we had a few less numbers tonight. So those lads who stepped up to the plate did well and carried themselves with great dignity. And what happens with those Trialists we'll decide over the next few days.
What can you tell us about him?
It's a centre half, and a bit of, he's had a good pedigree as well. We get our Trialists in for our recruitment department. They've all got pedigree, we've all done our research, and like I say, I won't go into it too much, but it's hard for him. He's come on for 5-10 minutes, but the things he did very well.
No game this weekend, or at least I don't know if you've got one behind closed doors, or what's the...
We have, yeah, I won't go too much into it, it's not been confirmed yet, but we're looking for a little Saturday morning one behind closed doors, more so for the players that haven't played as much game time as others. Hopefully still no injuries, and then Scunthorpe be a very tough game next Friday, and as I said the other night, a little bit more realistic to what we're probably going to come up against this year in League 2.
And is there any further updates on the injuries? Any more scan results about Jamie?
Yeah, Jamie Grimes, sadly, there is something there. So I think from the moment he did it was for about a month. So I think he'll be another 3 weeks. Ash Palmer's knees is probably still too swollen for a scan. We're still hoping it's just a knock. So time will tell on that one. Tyrone will be good to train Friday. Paddy Mudd, no results yet, but my stance remains the same on that one. Could be a while. Shackelford as well.
What's the nature of Tyrone Williams?
Had a tight thigh, but literally just tightness. The manager didn't want to risk him tonight, but he will be fine for Scunthorpe. Definitely fine for training Friday.
Just one more, well, maybe 2 more games to go then. How close are you to sort of finalising your starting line, do you think?
Oh, that's a very good question. I think, like tonight showed, I think for the lads who started, the lads who come off the bench, no one's place is secure. And so all we're looking for as staff is for the players to give it their best and make our life as difficult as possible over the next week or two to pick a team for Swindon. Now, as you've seen after our game on Saturday, a lot can happen. We're hoping that no more negativity happens in terms of injuries, but if it does, that could change everything again. But what was pleasing tonight, lads went outside the comfort zone. They did the bit for the team, and that certainly helped us get that 4-0 victory.
And I know it's only a friendly, but does it whet the appetite for the start of the new season then?
Listen, we've been excited all along, Liam. I think what's great is that I think under the lights here is going to be our first game, and as I'm doing this interview now, obviously the lights are on and it's just got a nice feel about it. So hopefully in a few weeks I'm doing this interview with the same vibe, the same enthusiasm, and 3 points in the bag.
Perfect, thank you.
Thanks, Liam. Top man.